people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman, I love what she's doing, she's fighting for us. This is John Villarreal reporting for Conservative New Media.
Welcome back, Afternoon Live on KFIV. So the big problem is that we're missing a whole bunch of oil. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Missing. It's gone. Nobody seems to know where it is. JDB from Conservative New Media is out there. Good afternoon, my friend.
Dave, how are you?
I'm frustrated today, but go ahead.
I love it. Yeah, where is this oil? I want to put an APB out for this massive oil spill that was supposedly in the Gulf. And I mean, we know that something big happened there. Obviously, there was a huge oil spill. But here's the thing. We just heard from all these environmentalists that this was the biggest calamity ever. This was just like 3 Mile Island type of situation. That this just...
They were going to have to nuke it to stop it. The world was going to end.
The world was going to end. We should never have offshore drilling ever anymore. This was proof positive that we have to get off oil immediately. It doesn't matter what it costs. I was in a session with Representative McNerney where one of the people in there was... And people were saying, look, we can't afford, oil that's too much. We can't afford not to do it, this person was saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. We heard all these anecdotes. We heard all these proclamations of how bad this was going to be. I felt like the nuclear winter was coming or something like that. And now, all of a sudden, amazingly, the oil seems to be disappearing. We have articles in the Los Angeles Times, in the Washington Post. We have the new BP CEO Bob Dudley giving a press conference and saying, like, look, the oil's pretty much gone. There's some still here by Louisiana, and then that's backed up by the government who's saying, yeah, we're not really seeing it out there. And in fact, even there were some people that were speculating, well, maybe because they just dumped so much dispersant in there and that was going to hurt the fish and the seafood and make that toxic. Well, apparently, Obama's U.S. Food and Drug Administration, in association with Louisiana Fisheries, say, well, no, seafood seems to be pretty much okay. And this, in my opinion, at this time, in my personal opinion, at this time, we still need to get more facts on this. It might seem to put the lie to all these doom and gloom sayers out there that wanted to try to scare us into all this cap and tax type of stuff.
Well, I certainly would hope so. Now, I guess the good news is Florida's off the hook. They were worried about the oil leaking around to the eastern coast, and that's not going to happen now. That's the gist of the story from the LA Times that I think I saw the headline for.
That is the gist of the story. They're starting to pull the booms out and everything like that. And look, what this proves is what I've always said, what Russia's always said. I know you've been on this. It's like, look, Mother Nature and the Earth is far more powerful than we are here, men, this and that, whatever. That doesn't mean that we don't need to be smart about stuff. That doesn't mean that we don't need to get to better and cleaner energy and for national security reasons otherwise to get off of foreign oil as much as we can, of course. But, when you see things like this volcano that exploded in Iceland that basically shut down all, tons and tons of air traffic from Europe and stuff like that, you see this Gulf. Yeah, I mean, the Earth is so much more powerful than we are, and it has ways of fixing these things. I mean, you have all these, most of the islands out there in the Pacific were caused by volcanoes. I mean, that's Volcano Alley out there, and that's, I mean, the Earth itself, we have an iron core. We're all sitting on magma and molten iron and lava and stuff like that. This thing shoots up through the Earth, and it'll spew out and make volcanoes and do all kinds of stuff, putting tons and tons, I mean, hundreds of thousands of tons of ash into the Earth and atmosphere, and it fixes itself, just like the islands fix themselves, just like the ocean fixes itself. That doesn't mean that we don't be, smart about things, but I just think that what's so great about this, and what we said on Conservative Media on YouTube in our newest video is, look, this just shows the ineptitude of the Obama administration. I mean, you had 100 days of him not being able to do pretty much anything right in a lot of ways. I mean, from not getting the big booms out there with the Jones Act from overseas and the Dutch and stuff like that, with the berms and upset with Jindo and on and on and on. We know that it was a mess. So government wasn't able to do anything. Here's an administration that was saying that government's the answer to pretty much everything in your life, and government wasn't able to do a darn thing about this thing, and yet here we are 100 days later, and it's pretty much fixed by Mother Nature.
Yeah, it's amazing that's there. So if somebody wants to get your take on this in greater detail, JDB, where do they go?
Yeah, man, you go to conservativenewmedia.com, but I think the first thing you need to do is you go to YouTube, you type in Conservative New Media, you check out our new videos. We got tons of good stuff out there about the Arizona immigration law. We got the oil thing going on. I'm going to put something up there later about Snooki versus Obama, because that's heating up with the Jersey Shore. We got a lot of fun stuff covering there that people are going to love, and we love to hear people's comments.
All right, man. Always good to talk to you. ConservativeNewMedia.com, or just go to YouTube, search for Conservative New Media. JDB, always good to talk to you, my friend.
Thank you, brother. You're the best.
Appreciate it. Talk to you again real soon. It's Afternoons Live.